Hey guys, what's up? Kill here. It's been a while since I've posted a video up. I initially planned on getting a video up on either Tuesday or Wednesday for the WWE Raw Fallout. Unfortunately, work and some real life stuff has gotten in the way a little bit, and a lot has happened in the few days that I haven't been able to get a video up. So I thought that instead of talking about just Raw and some of the stuff that went on that show, we could instead talk about what's happened this week so far in all WWE television. Okay, so we've had Raw on Monday, we've had the NXT live event on Wednesday, and we've also had SmackDown that just aired on Thursday. Um, the theme of this really is I'm not going to get into too much of a NXT versus WWE argument because I think that the two are completely separate and unique in what they do, and it's like comparing apples and oranges, right? Like you can't really compare a developmental program to what is on a national uh, mega network and being aired to however many millions of people watch at home. However, I do think it's important to note what exactly is going on with the WWE right now. When I look at the NXT show, it's not as much about, I get that the in ring action is great. I get that they've done a good job in, having a full card of developed characters. But the thing that stuck out to me the most, honestly, was how well put together all of their stories are, how well constructed the card was, and the fact that NXT lets their in ring product deliver for them. I know that Vince McMahon hates the word professional wrestling. He wants it to be sports entertainment no matter what. At the end of the day, Vince, it's professional wrestling. You can add, all sorts of in-ring segments and everything else. There's nothing wrong with the in-ring segments. That's what's fine. But at the end of the day, it all builds up to what happens inside the ring, and that product is what has to deliver. You have to tell a story in the ring. And when you look at who have been extremely popular superstars in the past, right? Bret Hart could deliver in a ring. HBK could deliver in a ring. Even to extent, Stone Cold, Triple H, Rock, Foley, they all could tell a magnificent story in the ring. They were great wrestlers. NXT is full of great wrestlers, and Triple H and the crew that's there is letting the professional wrestling tell their stories for them. It's the climax of those stories. It's being told in the ring. On the WWE side of things, it's not what's happening, and it leaves you feeling really apathetic about where things are going. So, for example, they're telling a story right now in the main event between Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns. There's some sort of weird, mutual respect tension thing going on there. But is that story going to culminate in a great match at Fastlane, or are we going to get some sort of in-ring shenanigans, fixed finish? And not only that, but that whole storyline doesn't necessarily make sense either. The Authority doesn't like Roman. The Authority doesn't like Daniel Bryan. They love Seth Rollins. I get that they try and play the, gray line of what's fair and everything like that, but how does any of this make sense? How's this being allowed to, kind of happen at the end of the day when you look at it, right? So anyway, there's just things that aren't making sense. WWE storytelling is an absolute mess right now. From, the bottom of the card to the top, things don't really add up. And that's really unfortunate when you actually look at the big picture. I mean, you take a look at the big picture. WWE is 6 weeks roughly away from WrestleMania, and there isn't a single definitively announced match. There's a lot of speculation. There's, the speculation of Sting and Triple H, Brock Lesnar and either Roman Reigns or Daniel Bryan, or maybe the three of them. There's some rumors going around about Bray Wyatt, Undertaker, but nothing is set in stone. That's not good. That's really, really bad when you think about it, because that means that's roughly and let's face it, we're not going to get really anything huge in development in the next week or two. So you're looking at a 4-week build to your biggest show of the year. Yeah. So the state of WWE right now, they're, I don't know if it's a change from the top. And I mean, I don't mean that in Vince McMahon necessarily, but, whether it's the writing staff that they have, I mean, it's a mess from top to bottom. And it's actually impacting the programming that's on TV. I mean, at the end of the day, we're talking about a television show, right? We're talking about a television program, and it's 3 hours. Sometimes, SmackDown doesn't tend to tell stories, but sometimes they advance the storylines on SmackDown. So you're looking at 5 hours of television with stories that don't really make sense and don't really add up, and it's kind of hard, if a 20-year-old can pick out this logic. I'm 25. If a 25-year-old can pick out this logic, and then, an 8-year-old is not going to be able to follow these storylines either. So really, you're not getting a win with anybody. If there's anything that WWE needs to fix, the talent is there. The in-ring talent is there. I actually look at the WWE roster, and I'm just in awe of, the amount of talent that they have and what they could do with that talent. And it just seems that, there's a lot of focus on 2 big matches per show, and then after that it just completely, falls through. And what happened to, pre-attitude era, attitude era, ruthless aggression, storytelling, top to bottom, from the opening match all the way to the main event? There's a story being told. You could invest yourself in storylines like that. And I don't know where that went. I don't know if there's some sort of argument going on up there at Stanford where they're saying, don't worry about it. Just focus on, we're selling pay-per-views now on 2 matches. But if there's anything that's going to help turn WWE around and, maybe rightfully so, get some of the praise that NXT seems to be getting from the internet, community especially, it's got to start the storytelling, and it's got to end at the in-ring product. So as far as my definitive state of the WWE and how it is right now, storytelling and in-ring showcasing, it needs to be 100% better. And I you know what? I get the whole argument of 3 hours is long and frustrating, and it's tough to sit there and watch a television show for 3 hours. But if people put in enough time and effort, they could do it. And there's plenty of options out there. There's cruiserweight opportunity. Maybe you let the divas have longer than a 4-minute match. That might be good, right? You might want to actually let the women showcase themselves in the way that they're allowed to showcase themselves in developmental. Those are just a few things, but hopefully, in the next few weeks, we see things get a little bit better in terms of seeing things kind of shape themselves a little bit better. But I really, really hope that the next, especially year of programming, we start to see that kind of change. That's my kind of just thoughts and ramblings about what's happened in WWE this week. I really don't think there's been much advancement of any storylines. I get there's the coolness with Sting and Triple H, but I mean, was that really ever in doubt? Or was there ever a doubt that Sting wasn't going to show up at Fastlane? Just that whole segment just seemed like filler. Just needed to get some time in there and get a Sting, not even real appearance, just get some Sting production work in there, which is cool. It's fine. I appreciate that. But nothing really advanced. No new matches announced. Some, again, good in-ring action that didn't really have a meaning or purpose to anything. And that's what WWE needs. They need to be hitting a home run on each one of these shows if, they want to see their product improve. And that's really, at the end of it, that's all anybody is asking for, is to see the product improve. So I hope you guys enjoyed some of my thoughts, some of my ramblings. Again, hit the like and subscribe buttons. You can hit me up on Twitter. Try and catch me on a stream. Going to be trying to hit up the stream a little bit more frequently. Don't always stream, console games, wrestling. I tend to stream PC games. But I'm always open to chat about wrestling during those streams. So if you want to hit up a conversation there, that's great. I'll be posting a few more videos with just some different thoughts, hopefully in the next coming days. Thank you guys for staying patient. I'll chat with you guys in a little bit.